In this video, we describe how video meeting signals, or VMS, work in practice within an organisation. Cornwall Chamber of Commerce have transformed their internal and client-facing meetings by introducing a set of hand signals and protocols developed by Paul Hills from Konektis.
They just become very much a part of the characteristics of meetings, and we find them really very positive things.
The concept is very simple. Body language is hard to read in video meetings, so we replace it with the use of hand signals. The signals are easy to use. Some, like the thumbs up, convey simple agreement and interest. Others, like the hand on heart, communicate emotion and connection. The signals allow everyone to communicate a message or emotion at once, without interrupting or speaking over somebody else.
We've been using different signs, and I've noticed that it's made us really open up as a network and get more emotionally connected, and it's much easier to build rapport with people when on calls, whereas normally you would kind of gauge that from other body language. It's a little bit hard when it's a very small screen, so a clear sign like this really helps. But actually having all these people giving you positive feedback and interacting with you when you kind of feel like the spotlight's on you on an online call, it takes that pressure off. You're actually having a two-way conversation, which often on an online call isn't possible, I don't feel, without these signs.
In addition to the hand signals themselves, Konektis have developed the idea of team chairing and passing. The concept is straightforward. After you have spoken, you actively pass the conversation to someone else, much as you would pass the ball as a sports team or the baton in a relay. You know who to pass to because they are making the appropriate hand signal. There is a shared responsibility for keeping the conversation going, and this takes the pressure off the team leader or meeting chair. We've also found this technique helps with inclusivity.
So passing rather than sort of the meeting host having the sole responsibility of making sure everyone speaks, actually taking accountability for that ourselves. And it's actually made the more introverted members of the team sort of pull them out of their shell a bit and have the confidence to say, I'm next. And it's about taking that ownership for everybody's well-being to get the time and opportunity to speak.
So why are the signals so effective at improving engagement and participation? We believe it's because the signals help break the vicious circle that so often occurs in online meetings. It starts with getting no response from others when you make a contribution. You wonder if others are even listening. Do they care? Are they still there? We all know how good it feels if you think others are listening to you, if they value you and think what you are saying is useful. But if you get nothing back, your brain receives no positive reward. And worse than that, it actually becomes fatigued. So what happens? We decide it's not worth contributing so much. We withdraw. Maybe time would be best spent doing something else. How many of you have multitasked during a Zoom call? I'm ashamed to admit I've done all of the things pictured here during online meetings. The same process of mental fatigue and withdrawal infects us all, so others also withdraw. Maybe they turn their videos off so they can get on with other stuff without being noticed or feeling so guilty, which feeds the vicious circle. Using signals helps turn this vicious circle into a virtuous circle. My hand signals show others I am interested and I'm not multitasking. They then feel it's worth staying engaged, and they in turn give me a positive response. And now we can see each other making hand signals. We all have a reason to leave our videos on. We all commit to the meeting, and it becomes much more engaging, fulfilling and productive. When groups use the hand signals, we tend to find they smile more and just feel better.
Well, I actually found that one of the best meetings that I've had in a really long time. It made me feel, when you're speaking in a Zoom meeting, often you see the sea of just blank faces, you're not getting any visual feedback. But actually just using those signs made me feel when I was speaking that I was getting that feedback, and made it easier for me to communicate online.
Well, the signs have really revolutionised Cornwall Chamber of Commerce. Just the fact that the screen, particularly when you've got a gallery view, that people are moving around, just gives you that sense of interaction. Of course, in a team, in a business setting, most of the things are either enthusiastic or questioning something, and it's easy enough. You're not going to worry about them, just do what feels natural to you, and sure enough, it more or less works.
If you want to transform your video meetings, contact Konektis. In just a few weeks, we can help you to make a huge difference to engagement in your meetings, which in turn will have a positive impact on productivity and well-being.